Hey super friends, today we are learning to understand common multiples. Now it sounds really tricky because it might not be a term that you've heard very much, but if you know your times tables pretty well, you're going to get it straight away. So let's begin. Okay, let's say you've been asked to find the common multiples for 5 and 10. So we're going to do a quick little table here. And these multiples aren't so bad, so we're just going to skip counting our 5s first. We're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We could go on, but would be here all day, probably for infinity. So we're going to go onto the other side now. We're going to skip count in our 10s. So we're going to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. So we're looking at common multiples. So we want to know which multiples are common between these two numbers, 5 and 10. So we're looking for numbers now that are the same on each side. So we can just go down the list and we can go 10 and 10. So that means that the number 10 is a common multiple of 5 and 10. Let's see if we can find any others that match up. We've got 20 here, and 20 matches over here. And we've got 30 over here. And if you actually went on and on, you'd actually find 40, 50, and 60 are common multiples of 5 and 10 as well. So that's pretty cool. So it's basically like saying which multiples of 5 and which multiples of 10 are exactly the same as each other. Now when you're doing your basic facts test, you won't have time to draw up a big table, so you're going to have to be able to do it really quickly. So I'm going to give you a trick to work the common multiples out really fast. Let's say we want to know the common multiples for 3 and 4. Well, what we're going to do is we're just going to times them together. So we're going to go 3 times 4, and that equals 12. And if we actually think about it, if we skip count on our 3s, we can go 3, 6, 9, 12. So that adds up. And if we skip count on our 4s, we're going to go 4, 8, 12. So we found that 12 is a common multiple really quickly by just timesing them together. Now, in your test, you're going to have to find more than one common multiple. So what you can do is you can just double it, or times it by 2. And 12 times 2 is 24. So to recap, you're going to times them together, 3 and 4 to equal 12, and then you're going to double it to get 24. And so that's given you two common multiples really quickly. So let's just double check this 24. If we skip count our 3s, we go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. And if we skip count our 4s, we're going to go 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. And this strategy will always work no matter what the common multiples are. All you need to know is your times tables and how to double the number. Let's try one last example. We're going to try and find the common multiples of 5 and 6. So, we could just do our skip counting our 5s and our 6s and draw the table up, but it's going to take too long. So we're just going to times them together. And 5 times 6 equals 30. And then we're going to double it. And 30 times 2 equals 60. So let's double check it. We'll skip count our 5s and we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that one works out. Skip count our 6s. We're going to go 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Which is pretty cool. And we know if we skip count 6s 10 times we're going to get to 60. And if we know if we skip count our 5 12 times we're going to get to 60. So that's pretty cool, and we could keep going. If we want more common multiples, we could double it again, and that would equal 120. And we could double it again, to equal 240, and we would keep going and we would get more and more common multiples, and it's just a really quick and easy way to solve this part of the basic facts test. So keep practicing and go through some examples by yourself and you'll get it in no time at all. Have a great day everybody, and I'll see you guys next time.